Hello there, Sagittarians. Welcome, welcome. We're going to do a weekly reading for you guys. This is going to be from May the 22nd through May the 28th. So we're actually starting the week on Monday, ending with the full weekend. Just made sense to me not to split up the weekend. So let's get some cards down for you. And this reading could be a love reading, it could be a career and finance reading, could end up being a family reading. It's really all whatever Sacred Spirit sees as the main themes they want to talk to us about for the week. So I don't really set a topic on this. I let Sacred Spirit just kind of lead the way. They know what's up. They know what's up. Excuse me. So, Sagittarius, we're going to start with Monday. Monday, what you have is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in reverse is telling me that there's something that I really feel like for a lot of you, you're missing somebody, some person. So, well, it doesn't even have to be a person. You could be missing a pet too. But let's just take a peek at what this is all about. I'm going to be clarifying with the Lenormand on the days that I feel like we should clarify for. Aw, I feel like you're wishing that you could go visit somebody who lives at a distance from you. Now, at a distance from you can mean different things. Can mean geographically far away. Can also even mean that they live in the mountains with the mountain card showing up here. So if you live in the mountains and they live in the mountains, but you can't visit them, this could be true too. But for most of you, this is somebody that you would like to be able to visit that lives far away. Or maybe you would like for them to visit you. Now, far away, though, could also be like if somebody has passed away, you could be missing somebody who's actually already crossed over as well. I could see that definitely with this. It's not like my heavy duty grieving card, but for some of you, you could actually be grieving. This is probably not the early phases of grief where you're missing somebody. That usually comes later after the most intense part. So I think this is probably, if this is somebody that you're grieving, it's somebody who has been crossed over for a while. But for a lot of you, this isn't even going to be somebody who's crossed over. It's going to be somebody who's still here in their body that you're missing. Maybe they'll be home soon. For some of you, I feel like they'll be home soon. All right, let's look at Tuesday, Sagittarius. High Priestess. Really good day to follow your intuition. You're going to be having some type of intuitive nudge. You may even be noticing that your intuition levels are more sensitive or more heightened today than they are or than they have been in the past. All right, so good day to pay attention to your intuition. For some of you, it could be a good day to visit somebody who has more intuition and get a reading as well. If that's what you're doing, pick me. But really, seriously, I feel like this is you guys paying attention to your own intuition for the most part. Let's look at some clarity about what you're paying attention to your intuition about. That was more of a tongue twister than I realized. Huh, okay. There is some kind of conversation that happens with that whip showing up. And this conversation is one that is going to bring clarity. So I think that you're paying attention to your intuition here about whether you should have that conversation. If so, when should you have that conversation? And I don't think you're the only one that's going to be bringing clarity in that conversation. I think the other person, what they have to say, is going to definitely be bringing you some clarity as well. Boop, ba-da-doo, boop, boop. You know what? That definitely could be a psychic reading that you're having. Or you could be talking to spirit guides, or you could be talking to a person in their body. All right, let's look at Wednesday. Four of Swords showing up in reverse. This tells me that you are changing your location. Probably not a long change of location. With the Four of Swords in reverse, it's more of something temporary. You're doing something in a different location than usual. Maybe you're eating in a different location than usual. Excuse me. Maybe you're taking your kid to a different daycare than usual. Maybe you're accompanying your kid on a field trip at school. That's different location than usual for you and for your kid. But definitely something going on about there's something happening in a different location, a location that's not your everyday normal today. Looking at Thursday, excuse me, Queen of Pentacles. I'm hearing that's someone you're interacting with, actually. I want to see more about your location, though, before we move on. Let's see. What does this other location have to do with? Oh, interesting. We had a card that fell out. It's a good thing. We've got the four-leaf clover card showing up, or the clover card as it's called. So that's good luck. We do have the snake coming up. So that can have to do with work. The snake would be something where you have to be, clever. You have to be thinking fast. You have to be witty. Okay, so this could be, and it's also a roundabout type of card too, where things are happening in a roundabout way. They're not happening in necessarily a direct way. So this could be that you could be taking a slow drive, actually, like an old-fashioned Sunday drive, except on Wednesday. Or, um, hmm, yeah, or you're at a different place yeah, like I said before, or you're at a different place that has to do with work. Maybe you and your colleagues are getting lunch at a different place, or maybe you're working at a different place. Maybe you're not working in the office. Maybe you're working at a satellite branch or something. All right, let's look at Thursday again. Queen of Pentacles. Bum-ba-da-da. Someone we're interacting with, Sagittarius. This is someone who's pretty laid back, calm, very secure. You don't see them getting uptight about much. They feel fairly comfortable in their skin. They feel very comfortable in their finances as well. And this is somebody who they just want to share the good that they have with the people that they care about. And I think that what's going on here is they are wanting to share some of the good that they have with you. So they may have an opportunity for you. They may have advice for you. They may have a tangible gift for you. We're going to see what it is that they want to share. What is this good that they would like to share with Sagittarius, please? Oh, this is an opportunity. It's interesting. Excuse me. We have a child and we have home showing up. So, child can literally be a child, but a lot of times it's about a new beginning. Home can be home, family, or tribe for me. So, I think there's a new opportunity that could have to do with a home or an opportunity that has to do with your family, something that would be a help to your family or to your home, or maybe even to one of your children if you happen to have children. All right, let's look at Friday, Friday, Friday. Seven of Swords showing up, Sagittarius. This just means that you have some type of situation happening on Friday that you would rather not be there. At least you would rather not be there as long as somebody else might want you to be there. So, Seven of Swords is you kind of sneaking away from this, leaving on the down low. Maybe you're not saying goodbye. You're not causing a lot of drama as you leave. You're just trying to flip out the side door without anybody noticing, really. You don't want to burn any bridges or anything like that. You just don't want to be there. Let's look at what's going on that you do not want to be involved with on Friday. Conversation. It's a conversation you don't want to have any part of. And it's a conversation about work or about stability. You're not interested in participating in that conversation. You're going to be changing the subject, doing whatever it takes to get out of that conversation. Not trying to be real obvious about it. All right, let's look at the weekend. Next, we're going to look at Saturday. We have Wands cards for both of these weekend days in this deck, Rods cards. So Saturday, we have the Nine of Rods. This talks about preparing for something, getting ready for something. La da 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 da. Let's look at what you're getting ready for. This can be anything from a vacation to a conversation that you know you have to a presentation at work. Could be anything. Preparing to trade in your vehicle for another one. Look at that. It is about some type of communication, whether it's written or verbal, can be either way, but with the letter, it implies more written. Doesn't have to be, but definitely it's about communication with a female. Interesting. So preparing for some kind of communication with a female on Saturday. On Sunday, Seven of Rods coming up in reverse. Seven of Rods can be when we're feeling a little bit vulnerable. We're not holding our boundaries the way that we normally do, or we're not holding our standards the way that we normally do. We're letting somebody kind of roll over them, melt our heart over them, whatever it might happen to be. So we're going to look at a little bit of this about where these standards or boundaries are around that we see coming down. And you may be choosing to bring them down. It's not necessarily that somebody's rolling over them. That doesn't always happen. Let's see where these boundaries or standards are. Boop-ba-da-doo. Boop-ba-da-doo. Okay. You have a crossroads and you have the stars. And this has to do with your clarity as you're making a decision. So, Sagittarius, you may not always have super great clarity as you're making a decision. Fire signs, y'all tend to be more impulsive about your decisions. So this is interesting because to me, this idea that you're lowering the standards around the clarity around the decisions that you're making, maybe it has been a goal of yours to make decisions quick, and then find out the rest of the story later. But in this case, I think those standards are changing. I think you want more clarity before you make a decision. You don't necessarily want to just, you know, take a leap off the cliff without checking how the water is. There's something going on here where you want some more clarity before you make a decision. And that's where your standards have actually come down. You normally like to take that leap of faith and then let the chips fall where they may. And so where a lot of other people would feel like this is not lowering the standards to have clarity about a decision, for you this is kind of lowering the standards. It's taking away some of that adrenaline factor, some of that rush factor as you're making a decision. It may even feel very boring and tedious to you to do the due diligence before you make the decision. Very interesting. Very interesting. Different perspective on it for sure. At least different perspective for me. I don't know about anybody else. But anyway, that's what we've got for your week, Sagittarius. Thank you for being here and hanging out with me and spending some of your precious time with me. I do appreciate it. Guys, remember, y'all are my sponsors. You don't see me here, promoting hair product or fashion clothing, obviously. No hair removal products, anything like that. So you guys are my sponsors. So please put a thumbs up on this video, share it with others, and leave your feedback down below. I'm always curious to see what you guys have to say about the things that show up in these readings. Also, you guys should know I do offer live readings during the week and even on the weekends. So if you want to have one of those, all you have to do is get a hold of me. I do offer them either over the phone or online. So no matter where you are in the world, we can have a reading. Just get a hold of me and we'll knock that out and get you taken care of pretty quickly. And everybody have a fantastic, fantastic week. Peace out.